We flew into Rome and checked into our Airbnb right away. This is the first time I've ever used AirBnBs, and thankfully we didn't have any issues. And the bedrooms in almost all of our Airbnbs were quite spacious. I'll leave the links to all of our Airbnbs in the description. Since we only had one night in Rome, we went out for some gelato and dinner and celebrated my sister's boyfriend's birthday. The food at Achille al Patheon was really good. Driving to Tuscany is so easy and quite scenic. We stopped at the Mall Florence to check out some stores, and some of them had some good deals, so if you're into luxury items, I'd recommend checking it out. From there, we checked into our Airbnb, which was in PF Scola. This was by far my favorite Airbnb because it was so spacious, and the owners even left us a bottle of wine and cake that was very delicious. I loved looking at our view from our little kitchen window. The next day we checked out Antinori Winery, and I have to say this is the most beautiful winery I've ever seen. The architecture, the view, and of course the wines were stunning. We didn't do a full winery tour, but we did indulge in some wine tasting, and of course the Tignanello was my favorite and the most expensive. It's $200 Canadian at the LCBO if you can find it. Then we headed to Florence for lunch, but of course we had to stop at the Piazza di Michelangelo for the panoramic views of Florence. And this is a must when you travel to Florence. We had lunch at Gustavino, and the wild boar ragu, parpadelle, and the lobster linguine were amazing. After returning our car rental to Rome, we took the train down to Naples and took the high-speed boat over to Capri and checked into our Airbnb. Unfortunately, I lost the footage of the bedrooms, which were kind of small, but the location was the best. It was literally steps from all of the shops and restaurants. The next day we explored the shops in Capri and headed to Marina Piccolo Beach for the day. We had lunch at one of the beach club restaurants, and the food was so good, but pricey, because I guess you pay for the gorgeous view from your table. I'll leave the links to all the restaurants we went to in the description. If you're thinking of going to Capri, you must have dinner at Capanina Restaurante. As you can see, a lot of celebrities have been here, but the food is amazing and the chicken is by far the best chicken I've ever had. We decided to book a private boat tour from Sorrento Sea Tours, and we got to make the entire itinerary. From Capri, we headed to Amalfi, and it was so much fun. The skippers would tell us stories of the history of the buildings, churches, and show us houses of famous people. They offered us prosecco and snacks and played some really good music the entire day. We stopped in Positano for a couple of hours for lunch and checked out some of the shops near the water. We got back onto the boat and the skipper took us to the spot to swim and various parts of the coast to see caves and fish. Then we finally made it to Sorrento. Again, our Airbnb was spacious and only a 10-minute walk to Corso d'Italia where all the shops and restaurants are. If you go to Sorrento, you must go to Raki for the best gelato. I had the dark chocolate orange flavor 3 times. It was definitely my favorite out of all the gelato places we went to in Italy, and thankfully, lactose issues don't exist in Italy. If taking a cooking class in Italy interests you, I highly recommend Chef Carmen in Sorrento. She has her own restaurant and also offers cooking classes. We had unlimited wine and prosecco while making gnocchi, pasta, and lemon tiramisu, which was all so good. I forgot the footage of the tiramisu the next day, but it was good. A little too much limoncello for my liking, but still good. I've always wanted to see Sardinia, and it did not disappoint. I could literally retire there. We were there in early September, so it wasn't busy, which was fine by me. We found this cute little restaurant by the beach near our Airbnb and had more delicious seafood that Italy has to offer. Our Airbnb again was really well maintained and very clean. The next day, we drove to Calaganone and rented a boat for the day. If you go to Sardinia, I highly recommend renting a boat and spending the day along the coast where you can stop and swim at what is said to be some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. It was our last day back in Rome, so we stuffed our faces with as much pasta and gelato we could handle and walked it off seeing the sights. The trip overall was so nice, but busy because we wanted to pack in as much as possible. We got to see a lot of beautiful places and eat the best food. Again, I will link all of the Airbnb's restaurants and tour information in the description. Thanks for watching.